Hey guys, what's up? New review this time for movies in September. Yes, I am very late, but I started better late than never. And you know, the new month equals a ton of movies coming out, and I want to talk about them. And yes, I'm going to talk about some new releases that came out this week, which was yesterday, Friday, September 2nd. But I want to talk about 4 of them because I covered all of them in movie news, but I still want to talk about them because they are September releases. So let's get started. Alright, we're going to start off with The Light Between Oceans, which is written and directed by Derek Cianfrance. I pronounce any of his words wrong. Feel free to comment with proper pronunciation. Stars Michael Fassbender, Alicia Vikander, Rachel Weisz, Jack Thompson, Anthony Hayes. Has a 61%, 108 reviews. The Light Between Oceans presents a well-acted and handsomely mounted adaptation of its best-selling source material, but ultimately tugs on the heartstrings too often to be effective. Yeah. I mean, it has decent reviews, but nothing real. But the scores but the scores kind of nothing compared to Blue Valentine and Place Beyond the Pines. I have seen Blue Valentine. I think it's a great film, and I really like Place Beyond the Pines. So this is kind of disappointing, in all honesty. I might check it out of curiosity. I mean, it has decent reviews as a first rating, but I don't know. It's not really high on my list at this time. I'll probably check out Curiosity. Next one is Morgan. This is a sci-fi film which is and directorial debut of Ridley Scott's son, Luke Scott. And it stars Kate Mara, Anya Taylor-Joy, Toby Jones, Rose Leslie, Boyd Holbrook, Michelle Yeoh, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Paul Giamatti. 44%, 95 reviews. Morgan neglects to develop its decent premise, opting instead to settle for a garden variety sci-fi thriller with more action than ideas. I saw a trailer for this and it showed some promise, and the script was on the blacklist, so that's another thing. I mean, I know that doesn't mean like, oh, it's the best script, it's like the most liked, but there are some good films there were some scripts on the blacklist that were made into good films, even great films. So it showed some potential, but I guess considering reviews here, it didn't really deliver, which is really sad. And you know, from what I know, it could have been banking off of Ex Machina, which I loved, but I don't know. Yeah, the reviews really aren't selling me. I might check it out of curiosity, but that's as high as it'll go. Sorry. But I think for now I'm skipping it. Next one is Yoga Hosers. This is written and directed by Kevin Smith. It's a spin-off of Tusk, I believe. Yeah, it's a spin-off of Tusk. It stars Lily Rose Depp, Harley Quinn Smith, Johnny Depp, Justin Long, Haley Joel Osment Smith, Francis Rodriguez, Ralph Garman. And it has 22%, 41 reviews. Undisciplined, unfunny, and bereft of evident purpose, Yoga Hosers represents a particularly grating low point in Kevin Smith's once promising career. Well, that's really sad. I never really heard good things about Tusk, and this isn't selling me either. I've seen Clerks. I really liked that, and I liked Dogma, but I guess I might be skipping this. Oh well. Let's hope this next film's good. Next one is The Ninth Life of Louis Drax. This stars Jamie Dornan, Aaron Paul, Sarah Gadon, Oliver Platt. This has a 39%, 44 reviews. The Ninth Life of Louis Drax is intriguing and visually compelling, but its disparate parts are never truly woven into a satisfying whole. Well, that's sad. And actually, the script was written by Max Minghella, who I think is the father of Anthony Minghella, the guy who wrote and directed films such as The English Patient and The Talented Mr. Ripley. And it's sad that the film isn't getting good reviews. There's good talent involved. And actually, Max Minghella was in The Social Network, Syriana, and The Internship, in case you want to know. Good talent, but it's sad that it's not getting good reviews. I think I might just be skipping it for now, unfortunately. Moving on. Now we're going to September 9th, and the next film is Sully. This is a biopic directed by Clint Eastwood. Stars Tom Hanks, Laura Linney, Aaron Eckhart, Autumn Reeser, Sam Huntington, Anna Gunn, and Michael O'Malley. 100%, 5 reviews. And this one is about Sully Sullenberger, the pilot, one of the pilots who landed Flight 1549 in the Hudson River. And I think this is involving an investigation into that. And the reviews so far are really good, and it shows a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential here. There's like a really good story in here, and there's a really good cast here, and a very good director. When it comes to Clint Eastwood, I really like Flags of Our Fathers. I liked American Sniper. I love Unforgiven, and I love Mystic River. He is a great director, and Hanks is an excellent, excellent actor. And there's a really interesting story to be told here, and I really hope that they do well with this. There's great talent here. There's a really interesting story, and I really hope that they really do good here. Really hope the best. Next one is When the Bow Breaks. This stars Morris Chestnut, Regina Hall, Theo Rossi, Romany Malco, Michael K. Williams, and also I saw a trailer for this, and it looks more like the same generic thrillers that we've been seeing for the last few years. It just doesn't look anything special, in all honesty. It kind of looks more the same stuff. I really hope to eat my words, but for now, it's just not selling me. I think I might skip it. Next one is The Disappointments Room. This is directed by DJ Caruso, who directed Disturbia. It stars Kate Beckinsale, Gerald McRaney, Lucas Till. And I saw the trailer for it, and it does show some promise, but I'm not entirely sure how to feel about it. I'm kind of a little skeptical on it. I'm a bit unsure. I mean, at one point it could actually be a surprisingly very good, effective thriller, but unfortunately it can also be an unfortunate disappointment. I really do hope the best. I really do. I really hope it's a good. Next one is London Road. This stars Tom Hardy, Olivia Colman, Kate Fleetwood, Anita Dobson. 72%, 29 reviews. It has pretty good reviews and pretty good talented cast, so I really do hope the best. So I'm interested in checking it out. Next one is Other People. This stars Bradley Whitford, Jesse Plemons, Molly Shannon, Retta, Retta, Zach Woods, Maud Apatow, June Squibb. 79% nice reviews. Pretty good reviews, and I might check it out. I'm willing to check it out. Next one is Kicks. I don't really know any of the people here. Mahershala Ali is one of those people. Oh, and The Place Beyond the Pines. Oh, Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It has 100% by reviews. Yeah, that's my interest. I'll probably be checking it out. Next one is The Wildlife. This is an animated film, and I don't really know any of the voice talent here. 45%, 11 reviews. I saw a trailer for this. I'm looking at some of the photos here in the poster. The animation doesn't look very good. It's just not selling me, and with the reviews, I'm probably going to be skipping it. Next one is Demon. I think this is another horror film or a horror comedy. And it, don't really know any of the talent here. 92% total reviews. We're getting another good horror film this year? Oh man, that is great. I just say 2016 has been a very good year for horror films. I love The Witch. I really like The Conjuring 2. I like Green Room. I really like Don't Breathe. I liked Lights Out. And if The Shallows counts, then I really enjoyed that. So I have to say it's been pretty good actually this year. Really glad for that. And really adding some reviews here. I think it's gonna be another good horror film. Really have to check it out. Moving on to September 16th. The next film is Bridget Jones's Baby, which is the third installment in the Bridget Jones film series. It's directed by Sharon Maguire, who directed Bridget Jones's Diary, the first one. It stars Renee Zellweger, Colin Firth, Patrick Dempsey, Jim Broadbent, Celia Imrie, Gemma Jones, and I believe a cameo from Emma Thompson. And I'm kind of skeptical about it. I did see Bridget Jones's Diary, and I did like it. I didn't see Edge of Reason, but I never heard good things about it, but I'm going to check out Curiosity. By the way, Hugh Grant's on this one. I don't know. I saw the trailer, it definitely has some funny moments, but I'm just wondering if it's too little too late. I mean, the last one came, it's been so many years. And it's hard to sell me comedy sequels, especially when it comes to comedy trilogies. The only one I like is the Cornetto trilogy, and I love all of them. But there are good comedy sequels. I mean, obviously the Cornetto trilogy sequels. Hot Fuzz, The World's End. Also, 22 Jump Street was really good. Bitch Rover 2 is good. So, there are good comedy sequels, but it's just really hard to sell me on them anymore, which is really sad. The trailer showed some promise, but I'm a little bit unsure. I really do hope the best, because there's some really good talent here, but it's hard to really sell on comedies anymore. Really, it's reviews that determine whether or not I see a comedy film in theaters these days. So, I really hope for the best, I really do. Next one is Blair Witch. This is a sequel to the Blair Witch Project, directed by Adam Wingard. It all written by Simon Barrett. Those two are collaborating again. It stars Callie Hernandez, James Allen McCunn. It's spelled MCCUNE. Valerie Curry, 100% A reviews. Another good horror sequel? Oh man, that is great to hear. I have not seen any of Wingard's films, and of course I've never seen any of his collaborations with Barrett. They seem to really be working. They really love to work together. I can tell. I have not seen Your Next, VHS 2, or The Guest. I've heard great things about that. I really want to watch that. But hey, if I don't see any of his other films before seeing this is going to be a great introduction to the guy. I mean, the reviews are so far really, really good. So yeah, and no, I still haven't seen the Blair Witch Project. I do want to. I really, really do, and I really hope this delivers, because I really want more good horror films, and I really hope this is the start of a good trend. Where we're getting more good horror films, especially good horror sequels. We need more of those. Next one is Hillsong, Let Hope Rise. It's really a documentary, and maybe I think it follows a band. I'm not a big music guy, but if it has good reviews, I might be willing to check it out. So we'll leave it at maybe. We'll hope for the best. Next one is Snowden. This is about Edward Snowden. Who leaked all those files, and those NSA files, and it's directed by Oliver Stone, stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Shailene Woodley, Melissa Leo, Zachary Quinto, Tom Wilkinson, Rhys Ifans, Nicolas Cage, Timothy Olyphant, also Scott Eastwood, and I am definitely very interested in this film. I really like the teaser trailer, by the way. And, I really like that teaser trailer. It's like painted across the American flag, giving us some brief details about Snowden. And then, once the camera starts zooming out and it starts giving me it starts focusing on the flag, there's the words that pop by it: "One nation under surveillance for liberty and justice for all." There's a really interesting story to be told here. I mean, there's lots of good talent here. Yes, I know about the release problems. Like, if you case want to know, this film was supposed to come out last year, December 25th, but unfortunately it was delayed to May, and now it's been delayed to this time. I hope that really isn't a sense of concern. I know Oliver Stone really has been the top of his game recently, but I really hope this is a step back in the right direction for the guy. There's a great cast here, and there's a lot of potential with the story here. I really, really hope for the best. I really do. Alright, next one is The Beatles. 8 Days a Week, The Touring Years. This is actually a documentary directed by Ron Howard. Has 100% by reviews. I might check it out. The reviews are actually pretty good. I hope for the best. Really want to check it out. Next one is Mr. Church. This stars Eddie Murphy, Britt Robertson, Natasha McElhone. She was in Californication. Xavier Samuel, Lucy Fry. Has a 14%, 7 reviews. Poor Eddie Murphy. I really hope that one day he'll get his career back on track, because he could be very funny. He could be a pretty good actor. I've never seen Dreamgirls, but he got a lot of praise for that, and actually he was nominated for an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. And I'm willing to check that out, and I really hope to check that out one day. And I know he can do good. I know he can. He's a very talented actor. And it's just sad that he's starting another poorly received film. I really do hope that one day he lands back on his feet. I really do. For now, I'm probably gonna skip it. Next one is Operation Avalanche. 87%, 15 reviews. Don't really know anyone involved here, but hey, with good reviews, I'm gonna check it out. Alright, moving on to September 23rd. Next film is The Magnificent Seven, which is a remake of the original from, I believe, the 60s? Hold on, let me look that up. Hold on. Yeah, it's like, I think it's from 1960, I think, it's from what's saying here. And it's actually a remake of, Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, which I still haven't seen yet. Anyways, this remake is directed by Antoine Fuqua, and I think it's actually written by Nick Pizzolatto, who created True Detective, and Richard Wenk, who collaborated with Fuqua on The Equalizer. It stars Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Vincent D'Onofrio, Ethan Hawke, Peter Sarsgaard, Haley Bennett, Byung-Hun Lee, Manuel Garcia Rolfo, Martin Sonsmeyer. There's really good talent here. And I also saw a trailer for it, the first one, and it definitely shows promise. I know it's getting kind of annoying seeing Hollywood just remake films, but hey, there are good remakes that exist, and from what I see here, it definitely shows a lot of promise. I definitely like some of Chris Pratt, just being his natural charismatic self in the trailer, and there's a lot, and I really like the cultural diversity of that make up the team. There's a lot of culture, I like the cultural diversity. That's just nice, and I have to say it shows promise. The production values look pretty good, and I have to say I really like the cast here. Really hope for the best. I really do. And it's nice to see they're making more westerns, and I really hope that westerns become more popular again. That'd be really nice. And I really hope they become much more successful, because I do like westerns. I love the True Grit remake. I love Unforgiven. I love A Fistful of Dollars. What else? I wouldn't say it's really a western, but it is called a space western, Serenity. I've seen only the pilot to Firefly. I need to start watching that show again. Anyways, yeah, I really hope the best. Moving on. Next one is Storks. This is an animated film, and it's actually a animated family film directed by Nicholas Stoller, Doug Sweetland, written by Stoller, and has the voice talents of Andy Samberg, Kelsey Grammer, Keegan-Michael Key, Jordan Peele, Danny Trejo, Steve Flickman, Ty Burrell, Jennifer Aniston. And I only saw a TV trailer for this, when the story is talking about the company, and there's an employee that messes up, makes a mistake, and she has to deal with the mess. It was kind of funny. The animation looks fine, nothing great. I think it looks good. So I will go ahead and say that it shows promise. There's some good talent here, and I do like Nicholas Stoller. I love the Muppets. I know he only co-wrote it, but still. He also co-wrote Muppets Most Wanted, which I really enjoyed. I really like Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I really enjoyed 5 Year Engagement and Neighbors. I enjoyed Neighbors too. I know, I would say my favorite of all the films that he directed is Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and my favorite of all of his films is going to be The Muppets. But I know he can do good. I know he can. And, I really hope it really delivers, because there's lots of good voice talent here. Really hope the best. Next one is A Dressmaker. This stars Kate Winslet, Liam Hemsworth, Hugo Weaving, Sarah Snook, Judy Davis, Rebecca Gibney, Caroline Goodall. It has a 61%, 61 reviews. Yeah, not the greatest reviews. Okay. But it still has a fresh rating, so hopefully it'll improve later once it nears the release date, and I'll probably check it out. There's some good talent involved. Next one is Beauty and the Beast, and before you ask, this is not the Disney live-action remake. That comes out March next year. This is an adaptation of that fairy tale, but it was done in French. But it was like a French film. It's directed by Christophe Gans, who directed the Silent Hill film, and it stars Léa Seydoux, Vincent Cassel, Andre Nazolier, other people. It has 4 reviews posted. All of them are bad. And actually, I think this thing was released in France, I think, in 2014. So yeah, this thing came out a few years ago. Yeah, the reviews aren't good, and I'll probably just be skipping it. I'm definitely very interested in the live-action Disney remake, and I really hope the best for that. But for this one, I'm probably skipping it. Sad because there's some good talent involved. Now what can you do? Next one is Goat. This is directed by Andrew Neil, written by him, David Gordon Green, and Mike Roberts. And stars Nick Jonas, Ben Schnetzer, and Austin Lyon. Also James Franco. 83% each reviews. The reviews are actually pretty good. And as I see David Gordon Green involved on good projects, I know he's done good, but he has made some unfortunate mistakes. He's made a couple of duds, I guess we'll put it. And it's nice to see him doing some more good work. Really, I'll probably check this film out. The reviews are pretty good, so yeah, hope for the best. Alright, next one is Queen of Katwe. This is another biopic. It's directed by Mira Nair. Her last name is spelled Nair. It stars Lupita Nyong'o, David Oyelowo, Medina Nalwanga. I saw the trailer for this and definitely shows some promise. I haven't seen any of the director's previous work, but there is good talent here. Of course, Nyong'o and Oyelowo, so that's one thing. And when I saw the trailer, it definitely showed promise. So I really do hope the best. Next one is Closet Monster. This stars Connor Jessup, Aaron Abrams, Isabella Rossellini. It definitely shows 100% 7 reviews. Hey, the reviews are pretty good. I might check it out. Alright, moving on to September 30th. Next one is another biopic, Deepwater Horizon. It's directed by Peter Berg, stars Mark Wahlberg, Donald Bryan, John Malkovich, Kurt Russell, Gene Rodriguez, Kate Hudson. And this one is about the involving the disaster in the Deepwater Horizon in the Gulf of Mexico in 2010. And this one's focusing on the workers there who are trying to get to safety. There is a lot of potential here there is a lot of potential for this film. One, the director. I've seen Lone Survivor, which he also wrote. Really liked it. It's also second collaboration. This actually is the second collaboration with Mark Wahlberg. And there's great talent here. I mean, of course, Wahlberg is really good. Malkovich, Russell, they're very good. They're very good. And there's definitely a lot of... There's also a really interesting story told here and probably something very powerful. From what I saw in the trailer, it shows lots of promise. I really do hope they deliver here because there's a great story here. There's a great story here, and I really hope that they really do well here. Really, really hope the best. Next one is Masterminds. This is another biopic, but it's done in a much more comedic way. It's a comedic portrayal of the 1997 Loomis Fargo robbery. I think it was 97. It's directed by Jared Hess. It stars Zach Galifianakis, Kristen Wiig, Owen Wilson, Jason Sudeikis, Mary Elizabeth Ellis, Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon. And this just isn't selling me. It just looks really, really stupid. Look, I can enjoy a silly comedy like anybody else, but this one just seems to be going kind of the lazy way when it comes to getting a laugh out of me. Like, it's relying on people talking silly, being stupid, being inept, and am I really supposed to believe that criminals in the trailer, Zach Galifianakis struggled to even throw the money in the back of the van. Am I supposed to believe that a guy that inept actually got away with all that money? Seriously? There's nothing wrong with There's nothing wrong with doing a comedic biopic. Wolf of Wall Street did it, and I really liked that, and I enjoyed War Dogs. So it can be done. But the way they're doing it here, it just looks... They're kind of going the same way as they've been doing with other comedies of the last... It's like they're doing the same... It's like they're kind of making, they're doing the form of another typical comedy. And I'm just getting sick of that, because, a lot of them... Now these comedies, they just suck. I'm sick of them doing the same typical formula. It's not funny. And I think the trailer actually gave away a lot of what's happening in the movie. And also, Jared Hess really has been... really in the top of his game ever since Napoleon Dynamite. Really, that's all, like he did good with that. I remember liking that film. But unfortunately, he hasn't been able to recapture that success. He directed one episode of The Last Man on Earth, like during one of the episodes of the second season, and I like that episode. He did fine with it. He did good. But I have to say, he just hasn't been able to really recapture the magic, I guess, of Napoleon Dynamite. I don't think it's what he was intending to do, but he hasn't really made a film that's really been very well regarded since, which is really sad. I don't know. There's some good talent here, so maybe. But also, I know all about the problems with it getting released, knowing the fact that Relativity Media filed for bankruptcy last year, and it ended up with the film being pulled off the release schedule, being delayed until the year after. Yeah, that's great, isn't it? Who knows? It's not selling me, but I really, really do hope for the best. I really do. Next one is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. This is based on the novel the same name. It's directed by Tim Burton, the script's written by Jane Goldman, and it stars Eva Green, Asa Butterfield, Ella Purnell, Allison Janney, Judi Dench, Samuel L. Jackson, Terrence Stamp, Milo Parker, Chris O'Dowd, and it shows a lot of promise. There's really good talent here, and I do like Tim Burton. I really like Batman. I also really like Batman Returns, Beetlejuice. I love Edward Scissorhands, Ed Wood, which might be my favorite of all the films I've seen from him. I remember enjoying Mars Attacks, but it's been a while since I've seen that film. I also really like Frankenweenie. What else have I seen from him? Oh yeah, Big Fish. Love Big Fish. I haven't seen all of his films, but I've seen a good amount of them. And he is a very talented director. I will get that out of the way. I think he's very talented, and I really like a lot of his work. And from what I've shown here, it does show some potential. Yes, I've seen Nightmare Before Christmas, but he only produced that film. It was written and directed by Henry Selick. I never read the book, but I will go ahead and say that it definitely has, it shows a lot of potential here. And also, there's good talent here. Jane Goldman, I think, is a good screenwriter. I like Kick-Ass, and I really like that one. And I also really like Kingsman: The Secret Service. And also, I love X-Men: First Class. So, there is a lot of potential. So there's some good potential here, and I really do hope they deliver. The last one is Maximum Ride. Hold on, guys, it's still loading up. I don't really know anything about this. Hold on. It's taking a while, but it's struggling. I don't really know anything about don't really know the cast or the director, but I hope for the best. I really do hope for the best. Anyways, guys, that's movies in September. Comment below. Are there any releases that are coming out that you're seeing in theaters? Are you waiting for rental or just skip entirely? What are you most anticipated for the month? What are your least anticipated for the month? And how do you think the month will turn out? Thanks for watching, guys. Until the next video, see ya.